In Slime Rancher 2, there is a beautiful expansion called the Den. It's a dark, mushroom-covered expansion filled with, not much right now. But we are going to change that today by bringing more life to this expansion. So join me for some decorating with a big reveal at the end. Hi guys, my name is Strawberry and welcome back to episode 10 of our Slime Rancher 2 Let's Play. That's right, double digit. Where in the previous episode, we were able to decorate this entire expansion. We added lots of foliage and lovely little relaxing areas, whilst getting creative with some others. But in this episode, we are going to continue that lovely decorating spree by tackling another expansion. And this one is called the Den, which I'm so excited to work on. So I think we should immediately get into it. And we are going to begin this by planning, as I like to get prepared before jumping into the decorating, so we can have a good idea of what we want to achieve. When decorating areas, I like to build off what's already there. So this might involve the overall atmosphere or any lore. When looking into the Den in our Slimepedia, we can see that it talks about this area being dark and damp. So you might want to stay away from brightly coloured pink mangrove trees. And we might want to lean into more of the mushrooms and darker decoration. The Den is also covered in mushrooms and a refuge from the sun. So when looking into light sources, as much as I love warm-toned lighting, we might want to stay away from it, just so we can stay a bit further away from the sun theme. So we might use plants which are bioluminescent, or more artificial lighting, like these sorts of lamps. We also might involve some roots that might be coming out from this mushroom tree, but we also have a bee drone over here. Oh, we have a bee drone up there, and I was wondering if there's any way we can place something up here next to the bee drone. Oh, it looks like we might be able to. Okay, that's promising. Just to kind of like mark its presence a bit more. We also have some planters here. I wonder if we can also put some stuff in here. Oh, it looks like we might be able to. Oh, but let's also look into the more finer details that we might want to add. And we are going to do that using handy dandy paint. But one idea that I have for this area is that this column over here, the one with lots of mushrooms, I thought that we could add lots of plant life to it. So, loads more mushrooms and loads more roots. Also just things that will make it a bit more glowy and bioluminescent. And I thought that then this could be something that Beatrix thought was very magical just because of how much it like glowed. And Beatrix loved to look at it and kind of like study it, and it felt like it was something that was magical. So Beatrix might have like a little sitting area over here where she can look at it and observe it, and maybe you can even create like a small little like wishing well in front of it, as Beatrix might have thought that because this tree is magical, the wishes that she wanted and that might come true. But that's the main thing I want to draw attention to in this area, along with just adding various things like maybe some more red grass around here to make it look like the cube berries that are growing here might have like fallen and gone to the side. And maybe you could do the same thing with the fruit on that side. We can add some more mushrooms and even some on these little planters to make them act like light sources because they are bioluminescent. We also have two areas outside the Den. Here we can always add a nice little like viewing platform where Beatrix can look out to the slime sea and also her expansion here. And we can always add some like flags here to make things seem nice, and maybe some light sources when she's there during the night, like so. And in this area where you can't really see any expansion, just the slime sea, we can maybe add a lovely little sitting area under this beautiful arch. I love this little arch here. And we can maybe add a nice little sitting area as an additional area to wrap. So that she has a few choices, of course. But now that we have everything planned out for the decorating, there are a few things that we still need to do. And that involves making sure everything in this expansion is complete. As right now we have a beautifully decorated area. But one thing that would be nice to add is the bee drones and maybe a market link and refinery link so that everything can be done quickly and efficiently. However, one thing that I noticed with the bee drones is that I think you can only have one bee drone working at a time. So I don't actually know how much we can automate this area. And I don't know whether it'd be worth moving the bee drones every now and again to different expansions instead. As by the looks of it, it has helped a lot with this one. So maybe every episode we move it to a different location. And we just keep them circling around. Keep it on its toes, you know. Maybe we'll try that for now and we'll see how things go. As there's an explorer mode. But if a drone enters explorer mode, I believe it can collect resources around, just anywhere. So I feel like it could be useful to have one bee drone circling around different expansions in the conservatory. And then maybe making another to go somewhere else. Such as there could be one in Rainbow Field that could collect either like plorts or deep brine. Just various materials. I might put the bee drone here. Oh, we'll need a recharger there. Amazing. Okay, now we have a lot of pink plorts, so I might use those to power the bee drone. So let's give it a bit more power. Perfect, now we're on 190. So now we can let that little guy do its thing. Then in the next episode, we can maybe temporarily move it to the den, which is the expansion we're decorating today. That still doesn't take away the fact that we don't have a market link or a refinery link over there. So let's take a look see as to what we need to make one. With the market link, we are missing oil and sand. We do have everything we need for a refinery link. So let's make that now quickly. And now we just need to grab 2 silk sand and 10 oil. So let's go on a little mission. Yes, we've got it all now. And now we have everything we needed to make a market link. I might also get a pulse wave while I'm at it. Okie dokie. Let's quickly place those. Perfect. Okay, everything is all set in this area. So I think now we're ready to decorate the den. And with that, we have officially just finished decorating the den. I'm so excited to show you guys what we have done. So let's get right into the reveal. You enter and oh my god, beautiful, gorgeous, amazing, wonderful. But over here we've got our lovely gardens. Some added red grass or red flowers to act as the cubery, making it look like some might My dog just sneezed. Making it seem like some of the fruit has fallen and just spread a little. We've got a handy dandy wheelbarrow, which Beatrix uses for gardening. Got our first coral over here. I've had a little slime toy. And look, music pillars, which is so cool. So hopefully, when the slimes move and bounce around, they might bounce into the pillars and create a little lovely tune. We've got a lovely blue slime lamp here to create this lovely glow. We've added some more vegetation around, some more rocks. Then up here, we've got our batty crystal lagos. We've got some more lights. We've sort of created a barrier over here to separate this area and emphasize how it's slightly more elevated. Once again, over here we've added more purpley, reddy flowers to make it look like some of the pomegranates has fallen. And now onto my favorite part. Also, look how cool these flowers are. They're called aurora flowers. I feel like they go with this area so well with the color scheme, and they add this sort of like mystery because they're like a hologram. But onto my favorite parts, we've added so much vegetation around this like pillar to emphasize it and make it seem so magical. I've added more detail to the area around the bee there to emphasize it. We've got a lamp, we've got some flags and corals, and our homemade well. I think it gives the impression of a well, which is nice. I've added the curved stone fence, and then I ran out of curved stone fence, I added a straight stone fence. But we've added some beautiful blue grass in the middle to act like water, and more of these lights that act like things that would support the bucket, that would grab the water out the well. But I just think that adds a nice, interesting point. And then we've got a beautiful sitting area over here. We've added some plants around, some more mushrooms. And I imagine this area being quite cold along with dark event. So we've added the snowy bench, which I think matches so well. We've got some potted plants and an ice lamp. Isn't this the coolest thing ever? I can't wait to use more of these snowy decorations. And hopefully there are more bundles which you can buy from the shop that actually have them, as I don't know the ingredients. But now moving on to the areas outside. But over here we have a beautiful cozy sitting area for Beatrix that looks out onto the expansion over there. Got a slight pink theme going for no reason apart from the fact that I like pink. Got this beautiful blanket which Beatrix can sit on, covered by this umbrella when it rains or the sun shines a little bit too much. Got some potted plants, some beautiful flowers. And in the other area, we have added so much life. We added lots and lots of trees and bushes and grass and potted plants. I really like these mushroom potted plants. I feel like they go with the cave area so well. Look how beautifully it glows too. Oh my goodness. They're just beautiful. And then these lovely little wind socks. We've got wind socks, which I think are such a vibe. And this gorgeous sitting area. It's lit up with these beautiful lanterns and a nice little umbrella. And it's a sitting area for 3. Which 3? I don't know. But yeah, that concludes our decorating for this expansion. And we are doing so amazing with our little decorating spree. So far we've fully decorated this beachy area over here and this archway expansion, and now we just finished the den. But the only expansion which we haven't unlocked yet is this one up here, which looks absolutely gorgeous and full of life. It's called the Dig Site, a curious archaeological site with plenty of room for a creative rancher to clean up and make it their own. say the least. I think I know what we're doing the next episode. But thank you so, so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed the decorating as much as I did. I found it so fun. And as always, please let me know what you think of it in the comments below. Any features that you really like or anything you might want me to add. You can also place slimes in these chairs. So if there's any slimes you recommend for us to grab and sit down here, please let me know. And as always, if you enjoyed the episode, I'm stuck. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe so you don't miss any of the future ones. I post every Friday, so hopefully I'll see you then. Bye bye. Oh, we just got a message.